Good evening, everyone. I'm Kara Setzer.
I'm Brian Allen. Over the past few days, some of the top law officials in the country have been going after social media apps for harmful features that could affect kids. Today,
Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison announced that he was taking his concerns to court. Grant Green has more in our top story here at 6. Hello, Grant.
Yeah, that's right, Brian and Kara. Ellison filed his lawsuit in the Hennepin District Court saying TikTok violated state laws by deceptively creating addictions. This comes not too long after Attorney General Marty Jackley, along with 36 other generals, including Ellison, called out Meta, who owns Instagram, for installing a feature that they say puts kids' safety at risk. Jackley and co. sent this letter to Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, expressing serious concerns over the new location sharing feature.
They now have a location sharing that's unrestricted, and we want to ensure that there are restrictions placed on minors utilizing that, because bad actors are then able to follow those minors, making sure there are parent controls in place.
Jackley says many of these top lawyers don't want to get rid of Instagram, but rather see it improve.
Social media is a wonderful thing. It's an opportunity that allows people to communicate, follow friends and loved ones. The Attorney General community is concerned, though, that there aren't sometimes adequate protections for minors.
Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison announced today that he has taken a dispute with another social media company even further.
The social media company TikTok has knowingly ignored its dangers it presents itself, and so today my office is suing TikTok.
One Minnesota teacher says he is seeing an abundance of negative effects in his classroom come from the social media giant.
Over the past several years, I have witnessed a correlation between increased usage of TikTok and an irrefutable spike in student mental health issues. This includes depression, anxiety, anger management issues, and self-esteem depletion.
TikTok responded with a statement saying the app comes with 50+ features designed to help young people safely express themselves. And we did reach out to Meta as well, but have not yet received a response. Brian.
Grant Green tonight. Grant, thank you.